Wherever there's enough crazies to fill the bleachers. They've been camped out here for a while now, so I guess the sacrifice business must be a-boomin'. You'll know it when you see it.
Oh, thank you, dearie. I knew I could still count on the kindness of strangers even in these times. Come talk to me at the homestead.
Welcome back, my girl. Yes, into the fray!
Out! Take apart the parasite! Convert or destroy!
Fall and be reborn to the hunt!
Anyway.
I'm gonna crack your spine!
The thrill of the hunt!
Door for the quick guards!
Die, Flirty! You corpulent ass brat!
Gonna strangle you with your own arteries! Remember me when you sleep!
My hunt is never-ending.
Vroom, vroom! Get off! Getting deep fried!
I have no blood, so I'm taking yours.
Hostile environment!
Lowercase x, capital X, Bulldozer, capital X, lowercase x, delivering reanimated reenactments of all your favorite Let's Plays twice weekly. If you have spare corpses or...
Thanks for turning that tower to our side, sugar. That should get the Calypso's attention.
for a joyride around Delphus, it went on a low-grav bender. Eventually, I sober up and head back. Just as I enter orbit, some asshole shoots out my engine and I crash land. I don't know how long I was out, but when I came to, I saw my leg was busted up real good. I remember thinking, it's infected. Stinks too. Sort of fun to poke though. Pokey, pokey, pokey. At least I've got company, eh, stink leg? Then I says to myself, talking to a leg, I'm losing my freaking mind. Say, stink leg, you think I'm losing my mind or what? I'm gonna die.
Where did that come from?
Those rascals from the festival borrowed spare parts from our homestead. Now, I don't mean to be a fussy neighbor, but we can't even keep the skags out or turn the lights on anymore. Paul usually takes care of this sort of thing, but he's out on chores. So could you be a dearie and go get the parts back from those rascals?
If by rascals you mean murderous vermin, I'm in.
Paul and I are simple folk. We settled out here on account of the isolation rather than despite it. Just honest people, working the honest land, building honest superconductors out in the shed, the way it's meant to be. Thanks, dearie. A radio's an awfully antiquated way to spread your message. Maybe now they'll splurge on something with a little shine, like a hyperfiber Q3 echo line with whisper encryption. Gets the soaps like a snap.
Come at me, posers! You'll remember my name!
The hunt continues, but yours won't.
Hold on!
It looks like a zoo connected to a meat grinder.
Yep, that's the one. Little heads up though, Carnivora is soups exclusive. Only the most dedicated followers get in. So you're gonna have to give up your car as an offering.
Submit your death ride for judgment! Only the chosen may enter! The hunt takes all!
Glad to have you back. How are your last reps going?
Tyrese said we'd be strong!
Life is a rhythm, a dance of growth and decay. It's time for the drop. Your life is forfeit! Maurice is pleased. You will bring the call to him.
Coming! Free fall!
Better with bullet holes! Oh, my kids! I wish they were born! Need a reload!
Feel the bloodlust!
A storm of chaos!
Watch the hot hand!
Thought he had hot hands, but you slowed him to a stop. A silence descends.
Survive.
Get to you in a minute!
Evil! We're trying to slip! I have found thee! Lucha! We're ready, Fox! Get over you!
Drop the meat! Nothing in this planet anyway! Hey! Die for the Calypso!
Thanks, dearie. You did them a favor anyhow. Those bass drops are bad for the old eardrums. Might as well be doing the foxtrot inside the pressure wall of a Class 12 Sky Shatter warhead. No, thank you. Now you've unborrowed all our spare parts, come on back to the homestead, dearie. I hate to be a bother to you. Usually Paul's the one to settle up on these neighborly disagreements. He's just got a way with people. You are too kind, dearie, returning those parts to us. If it ain't too much trouble, would you mind reinstalling them? My hip's been acting up ever since I tweaked it hauling that reactor core up a flight of stairs. Good fences make good neighbors, and electrified fences make well-behaved neighbors. Now the specimens won't come out of cryo sleep. Anyway, sure is nice to have some help around here. I am astonished by the kindness of strangers. I must insist on some payment. Come on over. Homestead's seen better days. But if you can't take care of your home and your antimatter containment chamber and your family, what can you take care of? Thanks, dearie. The creek's been dry nearly a week now, and let me tell you, the fuel rods need a cooling and the bark root needs a watering. Paul ran off into the canyon to get them waters flowing again, but I ain't seen hide or hair of him. Go get the water running, will you, dearie? I'm not too worried about Paul. He's always getting himself into trouble. I like that about him. He's like the firewater in my iced tea or the proton bombardment on my bismuth.
Is that an advisable combination?
Well, sure it is, dearie. How the heck else you gonna get polonium-209? Take care of yourself out there, dearie. Stay hydrated and watch your step for loose rocks. Don't want to twist anything. Oh, and beware vermilingua, thick of quill and ravenous of maw.
I believe I can break this now. Ah, you find something for me? Yes! To the bloodletting! Have fun rotting.
Shot my ship down. Well, I went and hid in a big old pile of turds. That night, I remember looking up at the stars and wondering, why would the Iridians come to Pandora anyway? They're supposed to be the smartest in the universe. They built the vaults. It don't make no sense. If I make it out of this turd pile alive, I tell myself, I'm gonna find those Iridians and I'm gonna get some answers.
Don't hold back! Fear not, I've seen worse. Only barely, though.
Oh, thank you. Ordinarily, I don't take too well to strange visitors trespassing on our land, but given your fine timing, I truly appreciate the rescue.
Ma sent me. Did that skag eat you? You are fortunate they don't like to chew.
I must confess my ingested state was self-inflicted. That hungry devil ate all my dynamite, so I dove right down its gullet. I didn't see my dynamite on my pilgrimage through its insides, so I reckon the devil must have pooped or puked it out. Same thing for a skag. If you're here to help, get to digging around in them scat piles, visitor. This dam of excrement's been keeping the crop waters from reaching our humble homestead. Now we got all the dynamite, we can set about undoing Vermalingua's mighty works. Stick them implements of destruction right there in the offending center mass. Finely placed. An eye for demolition on you, visitor. Now, sink the plunger and blow that poop dam straight to perdition.
And now, I will turn off my smell receptors.
From the fires of destruction flow the waters of life. A fine job, visitor. Now, I seem to have lost my watch while on my intestinal pilgrimage. Go and let Ma know I'm intact, though I reckon the stench of our victory may have already wafted her way.
Paul got himself ate by a skag again, didn't he? Well, I can hardly complain when I've got running water flowing to my crops and rods, can I? Homestead's better than ever. Here's something to pay for your dry cleaning, dearie. Oh, and I think Paul's got one more job for you when you got the time.
Hoy, visitor! Them pilfering devils out in the Splinterlands won't be happy that you so kindly returned what they stole. They'll be back to take more than spare parts next time. Now, I'm quick with the knife, but we need a little more hellfire for what I believe's coming our way. I think it's time to wake Bessie.
Who is this Bessie?
Our child, in a manner of speaking. Ma and I, well, we each got our virtues, as well as our sins. I reckon we put just about everything of both into Bessie. Go on, visitor. Start her up.
When did you eat that?
You know Bessie's a fussy girl. Watch minds of her logic echelon need a complex blend of fuel, precisely mixed.
Ma's right. Visitor, you just gotta open the valves in the right order. Hop on up.
colloidal cobalt flowing. Next valve's across the way. See it? That'll be the quantum brine. Next one's tight, dearie. Might have to knock it loose.
Good fortunes! You didn't set off the night fire oil. Last valve's up top, visitor.
I wondered where that went.
She needs. Ascend to the roof and power her up.
But I must decline your invitations, sweet and sultry as they may be. It's just too dangerous for both of us right now. I also want to thank you for the gift. It's a hell of a war rig, and I'll keep it in my garage forever and always, just for me. You stole my heart, Big Donnie. You stole it good and proper. But I've just gotta take it back now, you hear? I've just gotta. Every time I ride that sweet rig, it'll be like I was riding you.
Time to wake up, Bessie dear.
And just in time.
I reckon the devils are crawling out of hell right to our doorstep.
You and Bessie go and ask them nicely to leave, would you?
Let them hear your rage!
Let's get a little more intimate.
Move out!
As long as the family sticks together, the homestead's safe. Visitor, come by the porch.
Our humble homestead is both preserved and replenished, and we have you to thank for that, visitor.
You really didn't need to go out of your way for us, dearie. But me, Pa, and Bessie want to thank you for all your help. And you'll always be welcome at the homestead.